Hello, beautiful light beings. Shannon O'Flaherty here, and welcome to Heart Centered Purpose. For those of you who are new, I'm really glad that you're in the group. And these videos are about a multitude of subjects, really about the work that I do. But also, I've been encouraging my group, this tribe, to write on in and ask me questions about what you'd like to see videos about, because really I'd like to answer your questions as best I can. And if it's too personal to write about in the group, go ahead and private message me and we can have a conversation there, as I've been doing with some of you. So I'm answering Danielle's question today, which is that she knows she has a gift, but she's not really sure how to discover what that gift is in relation to her abilities. And many of us have a knowing. And maybe you've always had a knowing. I guess I always had a knowing from the time I was a little kid. Only when I was a kid, I didn't realize that it was a knowing. I just figured grown-ups were really stupid and had no idea what was really going on in the world, but I didn't know how to communicate that when I was 6. And when I was 6 and could see people's auras, it didn't occur to me that that was anything out of the ordinary, because I was 6. I just figured everybody saw things that way. So if you've had natural gifts come to you your whole life, and sometimes they develop later on in life. I mean, the whole aura seeing thing obviously got shut down and suppressed as I got filled with the challenges that this 3D plane of reality can bring us sometimes. And then it wasn't reawakened again until I think it was 1995. And I was getting some body work from my physio, and I suddenly just had this profound need to turn around and look at his hands, and there they were, purple. And I thought, cool, that's really cool. And I told Bobby about it, my husband at the time, and he said, you know, why are you not completely blown away? Why are you not so excited that you can see colors and people's energy? And I said, oh, well, you know, I think I've always seen this. I think it's normal. I don't know. It just seems really normal to me. And then, of course, everybody started to ask me what things meant. And other people who are already doing this said, well, don't read about it. Just intuit. Figure it out on your own. So I thought, all right, I'll just figure this out on my own and see what comes up for me. So that was how I started to see auras. And really, that was a very visual sort of experience for me, even though I'm seeing them with my third eye. And most of us are born with one predominant sense over the other. So some people are very auditory, where they hear things and they learn by hearing. Some people are very visual, where they see, they're very, they take in information with their eyes. They need to be shown things, they learn that way. Some people are very kinesthetic, where you've got a great big sense of touch and you can feel the vibrations of things, and you need to learn by doing. And then there's a small percentage of people that are highly olfactory, where they can smell things and get information in that way. So most of us are born with one sense predominant. I think probably my predominant sense was visual. However, when I went to shaman school, we have an altar, which is called a mesa. In Spanish, that means table, but it's a personal mesa. It's stones that you bring, and they're blessed, and they're wrapped in a cloth. And this becomes your personal altar. And we had to use these stones and start to feel into the stones. And there was a lot of placing hands on people and feeling the energy. And this stuff used to freak me out all the time, because I think I was having a remembering from another time, and I was terrified to have that kind of power. But when I started to really feel things, just put my hands and feel and wait and listen and sense what I was sensing, I noticed that I was very good about feeling the vibrations of stones, and that in people's energy fields, I could feel where there was a blockage or something sticking out. Now, it never would have occurred to me in a million years to try to do this on my own, but because I was called by spirit to come and study, and I found I had been studying loads of other things at the time, and then I went to a talk on Incan shamanism, and it changed everything because it spoke to me the most. So there's a whole bunch of modalities out there and different avenues of healing. But really, if you have a knowing, what your knowing is your connection to source energy from every single aspect of healing that there is. If you are a true healer and you're connecting and intuiting and perceiving things in whatever way that works best for you, you are connecting to source energy and you're in alignment with that. So that's what your knowing is. Your knowing is that. Now, how you want to find out, how you want to express that gift is entirely a really fun process to discover. Go to a crystal shop, get a bunch of crystals, pick them up, hold them. Can you feel the vibration? Do you automatically know what the crystal is for? There's some people that just are fabulous with plants. They know what the plants mean. They have a real green thumb. They're really good at just getting the whole idea of plants. I've never been a plant person. And then at one point in time, I started to grow avocados from pits, and I grew these avocados. And suddenly the plants were talking to me, and I really cared about these plants. And next thing you know, I had a few more plants, potted plants. All my friends at the time, they said, "What's happening? You've got all of these green things growing in your room." I said, I know. It's really weird. I love all my plants. I wouldn't exactly say I was good with them, and I didn't really know about them, but I had this connection to them. And about the same time, all of this kind of plant energy was coming out of my hands. That was pretty trippy, even for me. And I didn't really understand what that was about, but I found that when I was working with people, this plant energy would come out of my hands, and I would know, well, I thought I knew what herb or what they needed to take. And I never said anything because I don't know about plants, but the name of a plant would come up in my mind. And so I ended up buying a really big book about plants and herbs to look up stuff that was coming out for me. And lo and behold, whatever I was guided to say, I'd look it up in the book, and there it was. So that was cool. I didn't stick with that gift. I didn't practice that one a lot. I didn't expand that gift because it didn't interest me enough. There's other things that interest me more. So some people are really fascinated by tarot and are brilliant tarot readers. Some people really work with crystals, and they know exactly which crystals you need to heal different things. Some people are great about going up and connecting to source energy and working with a person's belief systems, like me, because I get messages. I call them getting a hit. I get information downloads come to me, and I know things about people sometimes, about my clients, and they think, "How did you know that about me? I've never told that to anybody." And I say, "I don't know. I got a hit." So you've got to explore. If you have a knowing and you know that you have a gift and you don't know what it is, you're on the brink of something absolutely wonderful. Go take some courses. They might not all appeal to you. Read some books in different arenas and see which one calls to you the most. And probably that will be the path that you take. I love the shamanic path because it appeals to me. I love creatures. I love stones. I've been called by stones on the ground since I was a child. I love everything to do with the earth and all of the elements, and I love ritual because I think ritual has been lost a lot in this 3D plane. And I like transmuting energy with fire, and the whole shamanic realm fascinates me. So also I love Peru and the Incan Peruvian shamanic path, which is the one that I chose, although there's many, many shamanic paths from many different cultures, and they all vary slightly, but not really too much. Everybody has archetypes, and different directions mean different things. But they're paths of beauty, all of them, and connection to a higher power, a higher God. And the belief work came in because I saw during an ayahuasca ceremony, I saw the meridians in my arms in the pitch black, and I saw the DNA strands together winding up, and I thought that was quite fascinating. And the next day, sharing with people, a whole bunch of people said, "Oh, wow, you saw that? Wow, you've really got to go study theta healing. You're going to love it." And so because all of these people had told me about this, more than a few, obviously, if you're getting signs from the universe, like if you hear something randomly from 3 different sources, that's definitely a sign you got to go check something out. So I got home, Googled that, and found that, and then thought, yeah, this sounds great. This is the missing link, really, to the whole shamanic path. So I went and studied that extensively. And so it's just been a process. I could go on every course given on just about every kind of modality out there. It's all fascinating to me because I love energy work. I love how we can control our energy and how we can use our energy to grow and expand, and everything is just about practice. But because I've already got a very well-established path that I absolutely adore and love, whatever I study has to be immediately applicable to this path. So it's quite interesting because I'm meeting new people, and a lot of new information is coming in right now, which is making my vibration shift quite radically and raise up to another level. I'm feeling vibrations all through my body again. I've gone through this a number of times. If you ever have a Kundalini awakening, you'll probably be vibrating all the time and just think, okay, what's going on? What's going on? And it's very exciting. So I know that I'm opening to other stuff right now. How it's all going to end up manifesting, I don't know that, but that's the really exciting part. So if you have a knowing, go out there and explore. You're just on the brink of something wonderful, and trust your instincts, because if you trust and you're aligned with Source, you're never going to go wrong. So I really hope that that's inspired all of you to sit and meditate and ask out loud. Your voice is a vibration. Ask Source Energy out loud, where is the best direction for me? And ideas will pop into your mind, thoughts and opportunities. Okay, stay positive. Lots of love. See you in the next video.